Education coverage is brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
Wish TV is your education station, and internet connectivity for Indiana schools is in jeopardy because of a lack of funding. Amelia Pack-Harvey is a reporter for our news gathering partners at Chalkbeat, Indiana. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. So first of all, why is funding potentially in jeopardy here, Amelia?
Well, my colleague Alex, she wrote a lot about that funding and where that stands now. It's really important and kind of a piece that probably doesn't get covered as much. So I definitely encourage folks to go to our website and check that out. At the State House level, there's also changes in funding for schools, charter schools and district schools that have been going on, and that's also something that's a fast-moving target with the legislature.
So this kind of began, you said, in January. Where normally does the funding come from?
Well, the school districts typically receive their funds from property taxes, and the bill in the State House now that was amended yesterday would kind of change, how those taxes are distributed. Property taxes are distributed, so the school districts would be required to share those property taxes with charters. That's been a really contentious issue. We saw yesterday that parts of that got amended into the broader property tax reform bill, and so we'll see where that lands at the end of session, because there's a lot of moving parts, as I mentioned, and lawmakers have a lot of opinions on that specific property tax reform.
Garrett has been covering this for us at the State House this week. Tell us how much of a shortfall we're talking about here when it comes to funding.
Yeah, well, it's unclear, what the financial impact might be to districts. As of yesterday, the lawmakers hadn't added a fiscal statement onto the website, but with the latest amendment, Indianapolis Public Schools says it could lose up to $96 million over the next few years, based on the latest changes, but we'll have to wait for more firm, results for other districts as well.
So IPS students, so in terms of the particular groups of students that are impacted, all ages, all grades, mostly IPS?
Yeah, it would be for districts that that have students that live in their districts but attend charter schools, in an attempt to kind of equalize the funding, so that charter school students get the property tax dollars that follow them to the traditional school district.
So our state lawmakers, are they able to restore this funding? And if so, how can they do that? And what can folks do at home?
I think in terms of restoring funding, it's part of like a broader conversation on how to equitably fund students. So there are folks on the more on the IPS, pro-IPS side saying, why don't we get together with the charter supporters and advocate for more funding for all students with state lawmakers. But we are almost close to the session, so I don't know that anything could be done so soon.
A lot is up in the air. Thank you very much, Amelia, for coming in.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.